Well, 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 everybody. Look who's finally doing this damn stream. How's it going, everyone? Good to see you. Glad you guys could make it out. I know we don't usually do the Saturday stream thing. Just kind of threw this on the schedule at the beginning of the year and just kind of aiming for it. 2025, I've decided, is the year that I want to do right by all of you guys. And there's a lot of like fun little like goofy streams that in the past I told you guys I wanted to do, ideas that I thought were funny that were you guys recommended to me that you thought were funny, and I was like, yeah, okay. Things whenever we hit like the Twitch sub milestones and things like that. So I've already made good on one of them earlier this year on my birthday. Just LSD was piped in live via satellite, and he and I tackled Mylon's secret castle, and he basically just kind of made fun of me. He tried to be encouraging, and he was like, "Man, you're just really not good at this game, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah, more like Mylon's shitty asshole." And in September, we got two big streams, I think one weekend after the other. One of them is, of course, the Your Level Sucks 10th anniversary special. I'm getting old, yeah. And the other one is the Sword Quest Earth, Wind, and Fire and Water stream. This weekend's stream is the Super Mario 64 World Record Marathon, okay? I announced it years ago. Guys, we're gonna break some records here. We're gonna get a world record time in Super Mario 64, 120 star, as long as you look at the leaderboards upside down. So we're shooting for the bottom, okay? That's the gimmick here. I am going to complete the game 120 stars by the end of the stream. It will be done. This is being timed as a legitimate actual Super Mario 64 speedrun. It is going to follow all of the rules outlined on the speedrun.com page for this game. I'm using real hardware. I plugged in the Pikachu Nintendo 64 just for the occasion. A lot of you people are like, Draco, that's a collector's item. Why are you using that? Don't you have like 4 Nintendo 64s that are not the Pikachu one? Yeah, I do. But toys are meant to be played with, asshole. So, who cares? So I've got real hardware. I got the little capture card plugged in. Timing, I know the timing. When it's like the logo pops in, as soon as that's when time starts, and then it's not even when file select, it's when the logo pops in. So I know how to time it. I know that timing ends as soon as you touch the big star after defeating Bowser in the Dark World for the 3rd time. So it's going to be timed as if it's a legitimate run. It's just we're going to fuck around and do things at certain points in between and do other things. So it is going to be one long unbroken take. I apologize in advance to people who usually been getting used to watching our stream VODs that are automatically saved on YouTube. This one's not going to make it to the YouTube catalog because YouTube cuts you off at 12 hours. But I am going to edit it and break it apart and put it on YouTube. And then the full uncut run will be, I will set aside 25 hours of space on my Twitch page, a whole quarter of it, just to save this VOD for posterity. So I will have it up. That said, I asked a lot of backdoor questions while setting this up to the moderators of the Super Mario 64 speedrun leaderboard. Things like, can I pause the game? Can I pause? Can I press start on the controller? Can I pause the game? Will that invalidate the run? And they are like, was that to buffer a trick or something like that? Because you can't really buffer and more. I mean, you kind of can, but I was like, yeah, sure, let's say it's for that. If I pause the game for longer than a few frames to, what is the threshold for how long you can pause the game? Like, if I pause it too long to buffer, is it a bit, I'm not going to tell them I'm going to pause it for 2 hours so I can go stop and play Mario 3. I'm not going to tell them that because I don't want to spoil the joke. So I was like, they were like, yeah, you can pause it. I mean, you're going to lose time if you pause the game for any reason, but it's not going to invalidate. So I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. So like I said, it does follow all the rules, except in the time between now and when we conceived this idea, there is a new rule on the leaderboard at speedrun.com where runs that are intentionally done to be as slow as possible are automatically declined. So what we're about to do this weekend is basically all going to be for naught because they're not going to accept this on the leaderboard. They're not. So, but I'm still committed to do it because I told you guys I was going to do it, and we're going to make good on that today. So, if you need the full, I need to pee. We do have a couple of 15-minute breaks put in, where I'm just going to put the extra life timer up on the screen. Again, once we switch over to the layout for the marathon, I am not going to switch off of it because in order for it to be a legitimate speed run, it has to be one unbroken take. So if you guys caught the thing last night, you see there's two panels on the layout. One of them, like Mario 64, is on the, well, I gotta do the weatherman thing. Mario 64 is on the left, and then everything else is on the right. Everything else is being run through an emulator. I didn't have the ability to use because the capture card is tied up for this. So we couldn't just break into like your level sucks in the middle of it because that requires the use of the device that the Nintendo 64 is tying up. So we couldn't do that. Plus, we got a Your Level Sucks thing coming up later this year anyways. So, if you want more information, exclamation point schedule in the Twitch chat. We'll pipe you out to the schedule. I did move around some things after the test stream last night so that the games that everybody has seen, Super Mario World 11 Exit, Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers 3, those are the ones that are being done in like, midnight and 4 in the morning when most of you guys are probably going to be in bed, just so that the marathon can continue. So the more esoteric games are going to be done, in around after this and then towards the end. So we're gonna have kind of the funnier stuff, and then the drier, just whatever you've seen these games before, you're not gonna miss much kind of thing. And then as we get into tomorrow morning at around 7 o'clock, we'll come back in with the last couple of weird oddball games. So we're gonna be doing it in chunks of 20 stars apiece. So if you guys see the schedule, like what Geek Boy just popped down in chat, we're on the introduction right now. I put 10 minutes on the schedule for what I'm telling you right now. Hi. Then we're gonna go straight into Super Mario 64. We're gonna start the speed run. We're gonna get 20 stars. Then we're gonna fuck around and do some other stuff. I don't really do the 24-hour marathon thing anymore. Even when we did Extra Life, I started breaking it into 12 and 12 because staying up all 24 hours was getting a little bit rough for me. But I do have an idea here. So got my little you guys remember my Diet Pepsi here? You got the right one, baby. Got one of those. Now, I got to have something to wash it down with, right? So I picked up one of these 5-hour energies. Picked up 2 5-hour energies. Picked up 3 5-hour energies. Picked up 4 5. You guys know where this is going, right? You guys know? Add them up. How many hours is that? There's a long-running inside joke on this channel that this is the mixed drink that was famously named after me. It's some bullshit anime hobby collectible store I used to work at a very long time ago. This, of course, is called The Time Traveler, right? Those of you that don't know the story about this, there is a video on the YouTube channel, but basically, I worked at a store that sold, like, Magic the Gathering cards and crap like that. And, of course, the usual patrons of those stores are very, people of calories, okay? I don't know the proper term anymore. You say fat, that's offensive, so I don't know. Anyways, we had this one guy who was there all the time. He had a stupid nick. I don't even know his real name. He had a stupid nickname, and he would buy these all the time. And I remember, like, every time he would ring one up, he would buy, basically we had people who would like buy like a booster box of crap and then part it out to like the 4 cards they wanted and dump the rest as store credit, and then they would just spend that store credit on like snacks and crap in the store and more cards. So we just making money hand over fist. So he would buy these every time he was there. And I remember I rang him up one day and I was like, it's 5-hour energy. I was like, man, there's only 24 hours in a day. If you drank 5 of them at once, what happens to the extra hour? Would you like travel through time or something? Like, I made the stupidest fucking joke ever. And he thought that was the fun. What happens if you drink 5 of them? You'll stay up for 1 day and 1 extra hour after that day. That's where the 25th hour is, you goddamn idiot. But he thought that was the funniest thing. And this little inside joke about this mixed drink was just a thing that he kept repeating, and I thought was funny. And he kept saying, "Oh, one of these days I'm gonna try it," you know, like that. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't drink 5 hour. That's not good for you. Don't do that. You know, you shouldn't. Don't do that. So I come into work one day, and they're like, "Draco." They call me Draco at work. Like, you're not gonna believe what so and so did. He drank the time traveler. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? He's like, yeah, he bought 5 of them with his store credit, and he poured them into one of the little red Solo cups we had in the snack bar, and he just took the shot. And I was like, why didn't you guys stop him? Why didn't you tell him not to do that? Because he could have fucking died, you know? Like, the only reason I think it didn't affect him as much as I thought it was is because the guy was, I mean, I'm getting close to like the 230 as much of how much I weigh. It's my usual weight. This guy weighed almost twice that. Had to. Big guy. And I was like, the only reason I think it didn't kill him is because I think he was just so heavy that his body just like absorbed it. But anyways, I consulted with the medical healthcare professional about whether or not I should drink the contents of this glass. She advised, it's kind of like when I talked to my doctor about the cheeseburger challenge. My doctor, she was like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. But if it's like a thing for charity, then fine. It's not going to kill you. I asked her, you know, if you were to consume 5 of these in one sitting, like, would it actually, how detrimental would that be to your health? And she was like, you really shouldn't do that, because it's mostly, it's gonna fuck with your heart rate and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I'm not stupid, but, you know, I'm not gonna drink the whole thing, by the way. I'll just... It just smells and tastes like feet, really. I don't even know what flavor it's. What flavor is it supposed to be? Just regular? Yeah, whatever. It's really not good. I really don't even know if consuming this over the course of the next couple of... I don't even know if that's a good idea. Because drinking it all in one shot is going to be like a shock to the system, but drinking 5 of them over the course of like 90 minutes is probably not much better, so I probably shouldn't consume this entire... I probably shouldn't. I wanted to do the bit, okay? I wanted to commit to doing the bit, because it's the first time we've done a 24-hour stream in a long time, and I was like, guys, we'll get it done an hour faster, I guess. I don't fucking know. So, anyways, let's hop on over to the Mario layout. We'll get this show started. Thanks for checking out this video by Gatorbox. To see more videos like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also support this project financially at patreon.com/Gatorbox. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/Gatorbox to catch us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time for our main show. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.